Dang, y'all. My bad. My bad for that, y'all. I think the last video I played probably has some copyrights to it, so that's why the live had got shut down. Okay. I thought I was good. I thought I would be good to play it. Something told me to put my picture up, but it's cool. It's cool. My bad about that, y'all. My bad. But let me see here. Let me see. Yes, I got a couple more videos to play for y'all um on Twitter, and then I'm gonna just play this video of this content creator that is speaking about it just to be on the safe side, you know. I'm sure there's no copyrights with this one, so we should definitely be good, okay? All right. Yes, we are back. Yes, y'all. So sorry about that. Yes. Hey, hey, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Back at it. Yes, we are back. Okay. All right, y'all. So let me play these couple of videos on one second. I'm gonna just get straight into it. I ain't even gonna make my little announcements. Um, let me share my screen here. One second, one second. Here we go. Let me start it from the beginning. All right. So this lady also explains it. I believe she was speaking against it at a court hearing. So let me share my screen here and we're gonna get right back into it, y'all. All right. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Project 2025 is a far right manifesto. It is a 1,000 page bucket list of extremist policies that would uproot every government agency and disrupt the lives of every person who calls this country home. The Department of Education would be eliminated, cutting students off from civil rights protections and ending essential Title I funding for K through 12 schools. The Department of Justice would go on a murdering spree. It would rush to use the death penalty and expand its use to even more people while circumventing due process protections. Project 25 not only calls for national book bans in schools, but also creates a list of banned words for the federal government that would be deleted from, quote, every federal rule, agency regulation, contract, grant, and piece of legislation that exists, end quote. Here are just a few of the words on the list: diversity, gender, reproductive health, and of course, conservatives want to ban the word abortion. On that note, abortion care would be inaccessible and illegal no matter where you live. Now, we could have an entire hearing on how these policies would quite literally ruin and end lives. And I didn't even touch upon proposals for housing, climate change, worker protections, and more. If enacted, Project 2025 would destroy the federal government as we know it.
Okay. So very, very interesting, y'all. And very scary at this point. I mean, I really hope this doesn't go into effect, but I do fear that if he is elected president, that's exactly what's going to happen, okay? Um Now, Jasmine Crockett also spoke on it. And also, y'all, I think I said yesterday that she was running for president, but that is the wrong Jasmine that I was speaking on. So my bad about that, y'all. It's not Jasmine Crockett that's running, it's Jasmine Sherman. I'm gonna try to find some videos on her as well. So y'all who kind of see like, what she stands for and her political views and all that. All right. Um, I got them mixed up. My bad, y'all. But let's take a look at what Jasmine Crockett had to say about this, okay? Let me share my screen here. Here we go. All right.
Let's see. You're the executive director for the America First Legal, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And America First Legal is a member of Project 2025, which is dedicated to creating the playbook for the next conservative administration and what it calls the Project Pillars, correct?
We are proud contributors to Project 2025.
Okay. And are you familiar with Project 2025's mandate for leadership?
In fact, I am.
Okay. And in fact, you wrote some of the sections of this mandate related to the DOJ, correct?
Sure did.
And the mandate outlines policy priorities for the next conservative president. Is that correct?
It does.
You've done a great job. I just want to let you know. All right, so let's walk through some of the provisions of the mandate. It calls for eliminating the Department of Education, eliminating the Department of Commerce, deploying the military for the use of domestic law enforcement against protesters under the Insurrection Act of 1807. It also has the repealing of Schedule F status for thousands of federal employees to allow a president to replace career civil servants with unqualified partisan loyalists. That's probably my favorite of it. It also prohibits the FBI from combating the spread of misinformation and disinformation, like Russia and China, who are actively trying to interfere with American elections. I don't know why or how anybody can support Project 2025. And I know that there was allegedly a joke about dictators and whether or not that's funny, but in the United States of America, dictatorships are never funny. And Project 2025 is giving the playbook for authoritarianism as well as the next dictator to come in.
Absolutely. Okay. That's pretty much what it's given, is a dictatorship. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's scary, you know. And then he wants to replace pretty much people, you know, in each branch with loyalists, you know, which is even crazier. Like, man, like, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy, you know. But I believe that those are the videos that I wanted to show y'all from Twitter. Okay, and then we're gonna watch let's see. Yeah, we're gonna watch this video. Oops. On YouTube. It's a girl named Deja Sade. She was pretty detailed with it as well, went into the details of Project 2025. So I'm gonna just play that just to be on the safe side. YouTube, I don't want no smoke, okay? All right. So let me share my screen here. One second, y'all. Oh, let me check the comments. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna check the comments before I share. The gov is controlling YouTube. Right. Probably, girl. She's a Congresswoman Presley. Trump had always wanted to be a dictator. They literally want us back to slavery times. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's giving. You know? This is scarier. The amount of people that are unaware is even scarier. Right, Natasha? You know, some people think it's just like, you know, just there to scare people. Like, no, this is real life, you know. They got a whole website and 922-page book about it. You know, like, look at how he's looking at her. Right. Yeah, he did look a little irritated. Hey, princess. Trump said he will be a dictator on day one. Is the video out there? Oh, wow. Yeah, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. I'm going to try to look that up, Angela. I heard it's a 900-page doc. Yeah, did we review the entire doc? No, we didn't review the entire doc. I mean, if y'all want to go through some of it, we can. Just let me know. But yeah, it's just so much in there. But we could go through like basically the playbook, what they trying to do with this and all that. It boils back down to racism and it's messed up. Yeah. Yeah. Talking about they got to ban everything that has to do with diversity. Like, what? Ain't this the land of the free and the home of the brave? I'm confused. Like he really trying to change this whole nation around, and it's weird. Super weird. But let me play this video for y'all. Again, this is Deja Sade, okay? Very, very intelligent Black woman. And she did a pretty good, thorough explanation as of, Project 2025 and all that. She did take the time to read the whole 922 pages of that shit. So we're gonna take a look at that, okay? Let's do this. All right. Here we go.
Project 2025, the Conservative Leadership Mandate, is literally a 900-page document that details the plan for the first 180 days of a conservative presidency. Well, actually, Project 2025 is way more than just a document. It's an extremely organized, built-out strategy based on 4 pillars. Pillar number 1 is this. This book is called A Policy Agenda. Mandate for Leadership, the Conservative Promise. Think of this as the policy Bible. I did not come up with that name. The entire book's sole purpose is reshaping federal policy and shifting societal norms in America to align almost exclusively with conservative values. Pillar number 2 is a personnel database where conservative scholars, academics, and policy experts are being compiled. Think about this pillar like a conservative-only LinkedIn. The authors of this policy set a goal to have at least 20,000 recruits already built into the personnel database as a way to have a readily available pool of ideologically aligned people to pull from when it comes to filling all of the positions that they plan to create, fill, or vacate when taking the reins of the government. Again, these are their words, not mine. And they're doing this as a way to streamline the confirmation process. Make sure that there are 0 hiccups. Pillar number 3 is their Presidential Administration Academy. It's an online educational system of training programs specifically for those potential employees under the role of a conservative president. Again, the goal here is speed. They want the ability to just plug and play. Pillar number 4 outlines the transition plans in a 180-day playbook. The 180-day playbook is driven by the policy agenda itself. And so if the policy agenda is the guidebook, then think of the 180-day playbook as the roadmap. These 4 pillars together are what makes up Project 2025. Okay, thank you. Now I know what Project 2025 means, Deja, but why should I even care about this? What does a conservative promise even mean? Why are you bringing this up? Well, my curious friend, I'm glad you asked. The average age of an empire is 250 years. Can you guess where we are on the calendar? It's okay. Pause this video for a second and do some math from 1776. And then I want you to do with that information what you will. I've been reading this book for the past 3 months, and it's made me realize something interesting, and it's that there are 3 major factions in this space: conservatives, Republicans, and the Christian right. That's what we need to watch for.
I got a question for you. For the folks at home who don't know about campus yet, tell them how.
I know I'm telling them. That's who we need to be afraid of. They are all different, and it's important to note that they don't always agree. But for the most part, the purpose of this project is to make sure that everyone who identifies with conservative values, meaning on a basic level they share advocacy for limited government, upholding traditional values, supporting national defense and free market principles, is aligned with the 4 conservative promises that are made in this book. The project itself is spearheaded by a conservative think tank known as the Heritage Foundation. Chances are, if there's some major conservative push for a form of legislation, you can bet your bottom dollar that the Heritage Foundation has their hands in it. Everything is in here. They liken transgenderism to pornography and go so far as to say that anybody, even teachers who are distributing types of media that detail this type of pornography, should be jailed and registered as sex offenders. Teachers. While the plan definitely criticizes the normalization of transgenderism, it's important to understand that this is a part of a larger, broader agenda to control cultural and educational narratives. The authors see it as restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life and protecting our children. The way that they plan on doing that is to remove content that is deemed inappropriate by a reasonable person from schools and libraries and only allow materials that reflect conservative values. There's a new bill in West Virginia that says librarians can be charged if it's found that they shelve educational content or books that they've deemed inappropriate. And there's some people who think that this bill will keep kids safe, but there are others that are worried librarians, teachers, education providers run the risk of being charged or getting blamed unfairly just for having a wide array of books available, which could include useful educational content. This personally stresses me out because I hate the thought of librarians being afraid to offer certain material affecting what I have the ability to read or learn about. Several states have already either removed criminal liability exemptions for public and school libraries, or they've already started expanding the definition of what they see as obscenity to capture a wider array of books. That could potentially result in criminal charges for simply having them on the shelves. Imagine your health teacher being arrested for teaching sex ed. Please don't think this is coming. This is already happening. If you're worried about the lack of action on climate change, it's because they're already focusing on how they can benefit from things like permafrost. It's not a priority. How can we make money off of this? In fact, Project 2025 explicitly aims to end all current climate change efforts. It's advocating for a complete reversal of initiatives like the Paris Climate Change Agreement. It goes real hard about making sure that we know that America's energy interests are going to take a huge priority over any environmental concerns. This plan includes everything, including ways to expand operations in places like Alaska in order to better harvest its rare earths, natural gases, and oils. It even includes plans about Antarctica, where the authors plan on capitalizing on things like shipping and tourism in the area. It'll be a no going back shift towards fully exploiting natural resources for economic growth, as well as abandoning pretty much all climate change mitigation efforts. I'm going to quote the policy agenda directly here for a second, which refers to environmental extremism as anti-human. Environmental ideologues would ban the fuels that run most of the world's cars, planes, factories, farms, and electricity grids, abandoning confidence in human resilience and creativity in responding to the challenge of the future would raise impediments to the most meaningful human activities. They would stand human affairs on their head, regarding human activity itself as fundamentally a threat to be sacrificed to the God of nature. My problem here is it's not that they don't believe in you, brother. I personally, no doubt about it in my mind, believe in human resilience and creativity. It's actually that I just have much more faith in the power of greed. And this here assumption denies the reality of unsustainability. It pushes for the US to remove itself from any association with the UN or any other efforts to create sustainable development priorities, especially those that are connected to food production. And that just seems way more anti-human to me. Or maybe it's that it was both 8 degrees and 80 degrees in January this year. But alas, I know nothing. And I'm sure the planet's fine. They're trying to get rid of all DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion language from all legislature, all of it, except for religion. They want vast, robust protections for religion. Yes, the goal is to eliminate what they see as indoctrination from anti-American woke revolutionaries, divisive critical race theory programs, and DEI initiatives from all educational and governmental institutions. The authors believe that talking about race in nearly all capacities creates an inferiority complex. This is again a part of a larger effort to promote a conservative agenda and push certain conservative perspectives, ideals, and values. Some of the recommendations the authors provide include vast protections for religion and religious tax exemptions.
Are you sure these people want us?
I know they do. You can call me Mama.
Question for you, class. In what timeline should we have pastors whose net worth is close to $1 billion?
He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
It calls for issuing executive orders banning the use of equity-focused language, basically throughout all instances of public office and private sectors. It also calls for Congress passing a law prohibiting the federal government from using taxpayer dollars to fund critical race theory training. This is already happening. There's a venture capitalist fund called the Fearless Fund that was created solely to fill the gap of less than 1% of venture capital recipients being Black women, despite Black women being the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs. The group has been hit with a lawsuit from the conservative group American Alliance for Equal Rights. They aim to bleed the fund dry, and it's working. It's working as intended. Do you also find it funny that there were no lawsuits presented when less than 1% of the population was being provided the same opportunities as other populations? I find it funny, but not like in a ha-ha way. Like in a I don't really want to tell you what to think, but maybe think on that for a second kind of way. To me, this begs the question of how do inferiority complexes come into play while simultaneously being torn down by parties who have a vested interest in demonstrating superiority? Most people just have to go up against their inner critic to get things done. We should be able to acknowledge that some Americans are playing bootstrapping on X Games mode. That's where you have entire establishments standing on your straps. First and foremost, the U.S. must prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear technology and delivery capabilities and more broadly block Iranian ambition. While focusing on foreign policy, specifically on the broader Middle Eastern strategy, Project 2025 pushes for a continuation of conservative emphasis on national security and energy dominance. The policy agenda specifically states that if an internal organization is effective and advances American interests, then the U.S. should support it. If an international organization is not effective and does not advance American interests, then the U.S. will not support it. Make no mistake here. This is important for you to understand as an American. There is a commitment to supporting allies like Israel, no matter which president we have. We already know that this is a strategic priority focused exclusively on maintaining influence and access to resources in the region. Policy agenda also calls for the Palestinian Authority to be defunded, as well as prioritizing keeping Turkey in the Western fold as a NATO ally to prevent any hedging towards Russia or China. When it comes to Africa, the authors of the policy recognizes the abundance of resources that Africa offers.
After I liberate the Jewish people, I will go to Africa to help liberate the Black people.
It also recognizes that lately, as Africa's strategic influence has grown, U.S. influence there has declined.
Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. Okay? And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow Sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep Sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay?
So they want to shift their strategy from assistance to growth. Some of the tactics that they want to use to do this include phasing out humanitarian aid, the recognition of Somaliland statehood, and a focus on supporting American companies that are involved in industries that are important to America's interests, or those that already have a competitive advantage in Africa. To combat African-based terror groups like Boko Haram, the authors recommend that the U.S. support capable African military and security operations to provide foreign military education, training, weapons, and security assistance. This is just the tip of the iceberg of foreign policy. Side note, did you know that America has almost 800 military bases in over 70 countries and territories while having no foreign military bases on its soil? I found that quite interesting. Onward. The reason why this document was so scary to me is because this isn't the first time it's happened. The first time they actually laid out a plan like this was with Reagan, and they were able to enact 60% of what they wanted achieved based upon having it all laid out already. 60% of Reaganomics was already laid out.
Serve up your signature style for autumn with 40% off fall tableware at Hobby Lobby. Set the scene.
Indeed, Reaganomics was trash. But do you know what's even more trash-like in nature? The realization that the Reagan administration's success in implementing such a large chunk of the ideas from Mandate for Leadership showcases the impact of them having such detailed planning. 60% of Reaganomics was all it took for us to arrive here, still waiting for our trickles, the middle class all but disappearing into an in-between space where American and blue-collar workers are paying higher tax rates than billionaires. This is why we're talking about this today, class, because this isn't just a bunch of fanatics writing manifestos. Don't be so dismissive. We're getting put on game up front. Project 2025 aims to replicate that success. But peep this. You don't need a time machine or a flux capacitor to take you back to dropkick baby Reagan into another profession to undo the damage done by his administration, because you have this book that is highlighting the strategic importance of these documents and the impact that they have in shaping conservative administrations. It's right here. It's right in front of us. You know, in the movies, when one of the main characters is geeked to unveil their plan to take over the world and then they start monologuing? This is the monologue. This is the monologue. It's even more frightening because there is an attack on education. An uneducated population, you are able to sway consistently with propaganda. To be fair, I actually like the idea of transferring education to the states in principle, but in actuality, it also makes me wonder if every state's allowed to teach something different, how will we ever close the gap on the very real problem that is America's revisionist history? Also, it makes me wonder about if you're in a poorer state with lower home ownership. Less home ownership means less property taxes, which funds schools. How might that impact the quality of the education you receive overall? This one is for extra credit. Take this time to guess how the top 10 poorest states in the nation tend to vote. The policy agenda calls for changes to ensure that schools comply with the colorblind ideal. It's asking that the next administration create a parent's bill of rights that schools have to abide by. And in this Bill of Rights includes the right to support and provide relief to parents who sue educational institutions for teaching or talking about critical race theory, or teaching American history in any capacity that isn't celebratory of its total awesomeness. I'm not kidding. They're arguing that teaching America's full history is equivalent to defending the false idea that America is systemically not as nice to some people as it is to other people. And to do so, to even teach that, is a violation of the parents' rights, and the parent should be allowed to sue with support of the federal government because of that. No problem with parents having rights, but for me, wait, how exactly does creating multiple realities through historical fiction create alignment, remove division, and better our country overall? I'm still waiting on that answer too, young Padawan. I'm still waiting on that answer too. Oh, by the way, this too is also happening. So I challenge young people to read this, post about it, talk about it, discuss it. To be totally fair, there are some things in the policy agenda that I agree with and can empathize with when I put myself in the shoes of a conservative. But what I have found is that it is often very short-lived because of the potential implications of such broad overreach that you start to realize is sure to happen by giving the president ultimate power in the way that this policy agenda suggests, specifically with the minimization of so many checks and balances. A lot of the plans outlined in this book are rooted in the taxpayer not paying attention. And I don't know about you, but I hate when a company's entire business model is banking on making the system so complicated or making it so hard to cancel that you just become so overwhelmed with the process that you just give up and let them take your money. Any business model that is dependent on your ignorance should not be a sustainable business model. Repeat after me. American ignorance should not be a part of the business plan. What will happen, we'll eventually get to the point where these things are happening and we'll go, how did we get here? Will Pikachu face it? How did we get here? This is how we got here. No one raindrop thinks that it started the flood. Pay attention. This part is called the call to action, but for you, my friend, we will call it how to feel less helpless, aka ACT. I'm not here to make you angry. As I said earlier, there are a few things in this policy agenda that I'm actually on board with. I'm not trying to stoke your rage.
Why do you lay these troubles on an already troubled mind?
I am no fearmonger. I want you to feel empowered. More specifically, I want you to join me in educating ourselves. But Deja, I don't feel empowered. I feel helpless. Ditto. Now, what are we going to do about it? Rot. No, that's not what we're going to do. There's people who have a vested interest in you rotting. Stop it. You're not as powerless as you think. Step 1, make a new email specifically for your activism so you don't get overwhelmed. Step 2, make a Reddit post or meetup group to meet people in your area who also want to feel less helpless. Doesn't have to be like-minded people. It's okay to challenge your views and learn. Don't be afraid to learn. Step 3, register to vote. Step 4, register to vote. Step 5, register to vote. No, I'm serious. Pop quiz. Let's pretend you were an American citizen who wanted to fully exercise their voting rights in America. How many elections should you be voting in every few years? Did you guess at least 7? Because if you did, you were right. You should be voting in 7 or more elections to fully exercise your voting rights as an American citizen. If you don't have at least 7 elections under your belt, I'm sorry, baby. Now is not the time for rotting.
At the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's, this is why we walk.
7? Where did you get 7 from? So you know the big ones, the federal elections. These are held every 2 to 4 years. Your presidential election held every 4 years. You vote for the president and the vice president, obvi. Then you have your congressional. Okay, I skipped poli-sci. What is Congress even made up of? I'm glad you asked, Boo. The condensed version is Congress is made up of 2 parts, the House and the Senate. The House of Representatives is made up of members who are elected based on the population of 50 states. Each state is divided into districts, and each district elects 1 representative. The total number of representatives is 435. These guys serve 2 terms, with all seats up for election every 2 years. The House is responsible for bringing revenue bills, impeaching federal officials, and electing the president in the case of electoral college ties. Do you see why it might be important that the person representing your district has your best interests at heart? Next, we have the Senate. The Senate consists of 100 senators, meaning there's 2 senators per state. These guys serve 6-year term, but they're staggered so that there are elections every 2 years. Their powers include the ability to ratify treaties, confirm presidential appointments, and conduct impeachment trials where they act as the jury. All bills must pass Congress before they go to the president to be signed into law. You also have your state elections. These are going to vary by state, but this is going to be your gubernatorial elections. I like that word, gubernatorial. But that's who you're electing for your government. Typically, this is every 4 years, but check your state. Then you have your state legislature elections. You have statewide offices like Secretary of State, the Attorney General. And then closing out state, you have the primaries, which are to figure out who is going to be running for President of the United States. Media will make it seem as if it's already a shoo-in or that it's set in stone, but it isn't until it is. Step 6, shop local. Local elections are going to have the most immediate impact on your day-to-day life. Get extremely interested in what is going on in your immediate space. That county clerk who's able to prove or deny your marriage license based off of their religious views? Electable. That sheriff whose officers seem to have a problem with keeping their body cams on? Electable. That judge who's more interested in policing teenage hair instead of serving the needs of the community? Electable. That DA who rarely prosecutes insider political crimes? Electable. Electable. Totally electable. Are you awake yet? Step 7, open up a new tab, summon ChatGPT 4. Type this into your search bar. Give me a list of local elections in my city and state. After that, be sure to ask for the town hall schedule in your city. To fully exercise your voting rights, you need to participate in all the elections that you can, not just the presidential or midterm congressional elections. Local and state elections are way more focused on the direct impact of your daily life. Problem with your streetlights? Hold your county commissioner accountable. Hold your mayor accountable. Don't like what's happening at school? School board elections. You also want to pay attention to special elections. These are usually held to fill vacancies that occur when an elected official resigns or can't complete their time, which can happen at any level at any time. You feel hopeless because you haven't realized you have the power to take the jobs of the people serving you if they're not serving you. It's time to stop consuming and start creating. Attend your town hall or city council meetings. Some cities even live stream their city council meetings, so even if you can't make it in the physical, you can still be present. Chances are, if your demographic is not showing up to these meetings, your interests are not being represented. Americans need a third place anyway, right? Why not make it a field trip? Once upon a time, I was a supervisor in a call center. And one of my favorite memories from working in that place was coordinating time off of the phones so that me and my team were able to go and vote together. And for some of them, it was the first time that they had ever used their voice. Hey, I'm going to pull the race card here for a second. I'm sorry. We were doing so good at keeping up with the colorblind idea. But if you are a person of color in America, you have a responsibility to use your voice. This is not optional. I need you to understand that there were anti-literacy laws in place at the same time that Rockefeller was starting to build his fortune. I'm going to pause here for dramatic effect. I really need you to sit with the thought process and desired effects of concentrated efforts to make reading and learning illegal.
It's so easy to get your windshield replaced using Safelite. Tell the people why you haven't done it. It started off as a chip and it just keeps going.
Nonconformity isn't piercing your face or getting rage bait content tattooed. That's easy. Nonconformity is you and 3 of your wanna feel less helpless homies rolling up to a town hall meeting to have a say of what's going on in your community. Better yet, grab a couple felons to bring along with you. Depending on your state, felons never lose the right to vote, contrary to popular belief. Yet another American myth that no one bothers to correct because it's to someone's benefit that you stay asleep. You want to really rage against the machine? You want to be a true anarchist, brother? Stop allowing old, out of touch people dictate your future. Every time cancel culture opts to cancel a celebrity instead of the elected officials whose job it is to shape our laws, somewhere in the world, a villain belly laugh is born. Stop giving these people jobs. Every time you allow someone undeserving in office, you reward mediocrity. Stop allowing these people to keep their jobs without performance reviews. You have performance reviews at your job, don't you? Shouldn't those in public office be held to the same level of evaluation? Your boss doesn't just forget to tell you when you're not doing your job right. They're not too busy to fire you. They're not too overwhelmed to let you know that you're not measuring up. That doesn't happen. But if you showed up, only 2 things can happen: change, or we start the process of pulling the Scooby-Doo mask off of the entire farce. But if you're not voting, you're complicit in corruption. And maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe let's not do that. You know what? We'll call it trickle up accountability. This next step is optional but important. If you are someone who just honestly does not have time to advocate for yourself, here's what I want you to do. Find a nice, quiet place to sit down, open the settings of your phone, scroll down to screen time. Make sure you select week view. That part's important. And I want you to stare at the highest number of hours and the name of the app that you gave your finite attention to. If you have more than 2 hours of screen time in any app, it's all love. No judgment, I get it. But perhaps we can see where we can carve out a little bit of time, budget, if you will. And after that, let's kindly return to step 7. Alas, we have reached the end. For my longer attention span, homies, thank you for being here. Short form content is ruining your brain, and the revolution will not be bite-sized. I want to leave you this quote to mull over while you expeditiously follow me. To join me and catch upcoming videos of breakdowns of Project 2025, ways of increasing our media literacy, balancing politics with mindfulness, taking care of yourself, and more from my tragically optimistic heart to yours in my journey to overcoming capitalistic nihilism. From author and journalist Chris Hedges, who writes in Empire of Illusion. A society becomes totalitarian when its structure becomes flagrantly artificial, Orwell wrote. That is when its ruling class has lost its function, but succeeds in clinging to power by force or fraud. They have engaged in massive fraud. Force is all they have left. There are powerful entities, fearful of losing their influence and wealth, arrayed against us. They are waiting for a moment to strike, a national crisis that will allow them, in the name of national security and moral renewal, to take complete control. The tools are in place. These anti-democratic forces.
Welcome to the end of democracy. We're here to overthrow it completely. We didn't get all the way there on January 6th.
Which will seek to make an alliance with the radical Christian right.
To get rid of it and replace it with this right here. That's right, because all glory is not to government, all glory to God.
And other extremists will use fear, chaos, the hatred for the ruling elites and the specter of the left-wing dissent, and terrorism.
Missouri GOP candidate for governor was only an honorary member of the Ku Klux Klan.
To impose draconian controls to extinguish our democracy. And while they do it, they'll be waving the American flag, chanting patriotic slogans, promising law and order. And by then, exhausted and broken, we may have lost the power to resist.
All right, y'all. So very informative video right there that we just watched. Definitely helped me to understand some of the things going on with Project 2025. So shout out to her, Deja Sade. All right. Let me check the comments here. I did find that video, Angela, of him saying he would be a dictator, which is crazy. I've never heard him say that before. So we'll get into that as well. But I'm gonna put my picture up this time. Cause man, YouTube be tripping. Let me see here. Let's see. Let's see. It boils back down to racism. Oh, I read that one. Yeah. That's crazy. His running mate's wife is East Indian. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's crazy. We might be unlucky that someone missed. Yeah. Yeah, man. I hate to say it, but yes. You know, it's her doing push-ups. Right. She was doing all kind of stuff. I liked it. I liked her little video. She was doing all kind of stuff. Multitasking. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, we back, girl. Yeah, so sorry about that, y'all. That's my fault. I didn't know that that news channel had copyrights to it, so definitely my fault. It's sad how the world is playing with God, making billions off playing with God. Yeah, exactly, Natasha. You know, it's crazy and it's very sad. Yeah, it was good information, right? Yeah, she definitely did a good job, with the details of it. False idea. They don't want the world to know and believe slavery existed because they want to smooth back into it. Yeah, that part, Natasha. Exactly. Exactly. American ignorance should not be a part of the business plan. I totally agree. But I ain't never been a fan of the government, especially Trump. Like, nah. Like, for real. It's just too much shady stuff going on. Keeping the ignorance going is the only way they can maintain power. Yeah, that's a good point, Princess. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is why I love reading. Yeah, me too. Me too. There's a video of Pac speaking about Trump. Oh, really? I didn't know he spoke on Trump. That's crazy. Huh. Trump been problematic. He was a part of Stop and Frisk in Central Park 5. Oh, yeah, he sure was. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. Definitely been problematic for a while, okay? But let me play this video. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put my little picture up because I ain't trying to. I don't want no smoke, YouTube. All right. All right, so let's take a listen, y'all. It says the title of this video, it says Trump says he will be a dictator only on day one. Okay. Let me play that real quick. 1 second here. All right, here we go.
Donald Trump really said it. He'll be a dictator for a day if reelected.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one.
Trump made the extraordinary vow at a town hall in Iowa, moderated by Fox News host Sean Hannity, who was attempting to quell fears that Trump would exact revenge on his political enemies.
You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
A promise from Donald Trump to be a dictator.
Trump's comments are sparking outrage today.
Stunning comments about a potential second term.
Think about it. If any other politician in American history were asked the question, are you going to be a dictator? No.
Fox News brushed it off as a joke.
He was joking about those dictator comments. What he did there is brilliant. He made it into a joke.
Despite the rumors, Trump will not be attending tonight's Republican primary debate in Alabama, sponsored by News Nation. It'll mark Megyn Kelly's return to the moderator's chair. She made a personal plea to Trump. This would be spectacular. Mr. President, you would be more than welcome, and we would love to have you. But no dice.
Okay. Very, very interesting. I don't know. I don't know if that was, a joke or not. Like, for real. Crazy for him to say that. I never heard him say that. I never heard of him actually, referencing that. That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, let me check the comments. I can send it to you. Yeah, send it to me. If you can, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Aqua. You can send it to my email or, Discord or whatever. We'll watch it real quick. One of the Central Park 5 won his election. Oh, well. Are you talking about one of the guys one of the victims or one of the people involved? Oh, am I muted? Can y'all hear me? Put a thumbs up in the chat if y'all could hear me before I continue on. Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay. You can? You can? All right. Just want to make sure. All right. Y'all can hear me? Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Now, I wanted to show y'all the girl I was talking about that's running for president, okay? It's a Black woman running for president. Because I had got her confused with the other Jasmine. So let me show y'all who I'm talking about, okay? Is this the right one? No, this ain't the right one. Hold on, y'all. All right. I just seen it. Oh, here. No, not that one. Well, actually, I probably just will play this one. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just play this video. I had the direct video, but I don't know where it went. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all, to share my screen here. All right, we're just gonna watch this quick video. All right. All right, here we go.
Whether you know it or not, voices of color are being erased.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Sherman. You know, one of those voices that are being erased that individual was talking about? I'm running for president of the United States. I am on 48 states ballots, and my running mate is Tanda Bluebear. I am not wearing makeup, so I'm using a filter, not AI, an actual person. Kind of an asshole, depending on what you say in my comments section. Fuck around and find out. The important part is my guaranteed housing plan ends houselessness in the United States of America. That means no mortgage and no rents for you. And if you're someone that goes, how are you going to do that? Go read the policy. Schedule a meeting if you don't understand. I have a free education policy. If you don't understand what that looks like, it means your teacher is getting a raise. It means that there should only be 18 children in a classroom and that we should be using a Montessori system to educate individuals. If you want to know how, you should go to JasmineSherman.com, read the policy. If you don't have time to read it because you're busy, use the audiobook feature, which is available for every policy on that website. If you are like, that doesn't have sufficient enough information, schedule a meeting with me or Tanda and we'll talk about it. See what I'm saying? We also believe that you deserve universal health care that includes your dental and your vision. You should be in a mixed walkable neighborhood where you have access to a medical professional. Do you see? That makes more sense. And it stops long wait times at the emergency rooms. We need free education. We need more nurses, more doctors, more caregivers. We need educated people to do that. We have an aging population, but you don't need me to talk to you about aging population. You know about the octogenarians in our government. For people who are like, how are you going to do this? You could go to JasmineSherman.com and read the policies or use the audiobook feature and have them read to you, but you won't do that. You're going to go to the comments. I'm in your comment section. You need to engage with me. I don't. And I won't if you come out the wrong way. The whole point I'm trying to make, this is a commercial. I'm running for president of the United States. You don't need to like me. You don't need to like my running mate. You need to like yourself enough to advocate for policies that benefit you and your family. Guaranteed housing, universal health care, free education, and universal basic income all benefit your family. My personality may be shit. Most people who are politicians aren't good people. I'm not pretending to be one. What I'm telling you, though, is that you deserve housing, health care, and education, and I'm the fat bitch that's going to give it to you. Vote Sherman in 2024. If you have concerns, go to JasmineSherman.com and schedule an appointment. But if not, fight about in the comments section like you do. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Okay, so that is who I was talking about. All right, she is running for president. her policies aren't that bad, y'all. I'm just saying. Let me see. I mean, free housing, free education, like what? You know, it sounds better than what Trump trying to do. Okay. That's all I know. But hold on, y'all. Oh yeah, let me play. I'm gonna probably actually, yeah, let me put my picture just in case. I ain't trying to get my live restricted again, y'all. But I'm gonna play this little piece of what she said at the presidential debate. All right. Hold on. 1 second here. Actually, no, I'll play that after. Let me just play this little clip right quick. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go back up. There we go. All right. Here we go.
You need universal basic income. We can afford to pay $95 billion anytime other countries need it. We have the funds to treat Americans right. Our elected officials currently make the choice not to treat you well. We have to end our abusive relationship with the government. Any politician that can't tell you what they're going to do for you tomorrow is a politician that is wasting your time. That's it.
Okay. So, pretty interesting. Okay. I mean, definitely liking the policies. All right. Now let me play this other video here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. And then we could check out her policies if y'all want. But I'm going to play this video real quick.
Under 65, I am 38. I'm running for president of the United States of America. I am on 48 states ballots. If you live in Alaska or Georgia, I am not on your state's ballot. I am working on it. If you don't live in Alaska or Georgia, that means I'm on your state's ballot. For anyone that has questions about my platform, it is a platform for Americans that want to reset. And that means guaranteed housing. No more rent, no more mortgage, allowing us to give the land back to indigenous communities, freeing Hawaii, Guam, and Puerto Rico from the oppression that we have done to them. That also means giving the indigenous all of their land back. But don't worry, there's more details. You're not moving. You actually make money off of it. But let me go on. My platform also means that we have to give people universal health care, dental, vision, mental health, and physical health. It means that we need more doctors, more nurses, more support staff. So I also provide you with free education, not just K through 12, but bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and doctoral degrees. If you want to pursue education, we want to make sure that you have access to education. My platform also provides people with universal basic income. We understand that as technology increases, AI is a part of that, and jobs are replacing people at rates that we've never seen before. My platform is a platform for people that want to be revolutionary, for people that would like an age cap and term limits. I am the person that you should vote for people that want to know that you are not going to no longer have access to the basic things that you need to survive and thrive. You should vote Sherman in 2024. If you have questions about me or my platform, go to JasmineSherman.com and schedule an appointment to talk to me. If you want to talk to Tanda Bluebear, who is my running mate, you can schedule a meeting to talk to them. If you have questions about land back or guaranteed housing or universal health care or free education or firearms or anything that you would like to know, schedule a meeting. I'm not fighting with y'all in the comment section because this is a commercial and Joe Biden doesn't talk to you, and neither does Donald Trump. Peace, love, and hair grease.
All right. So I like how she's for the people, okay? You know, not trying to cut stuff that's going to affect a whole bunch of families, you know, jobs going to be cut, all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all should check her out. I mean, if I were to vote, honestly, I would consider her. I would consider her. But anybody but Trump at this point, you know. But that's just my opinion, okay? I know some people are Trump supporters. But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Let me check the comments here. One second. All right. Oh, one of the victims. Oh, that's what's up. Congratulations to him. Oh, Yusef. Yeah, that's cool. That's amazing. Yes. Yes, I really love her views, you know. Yes, thank you for your love and support. Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate y'all so much. Sorry for the, you know, technical difficulties today. Then my live got restricted. My bad about that, y'all. Ganja, check your Discord messages, please. I'll send you the video. Oh, okay. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to check it right now. Let's see. Oh my gosh, why would you do that? Y'all, my son just scared the hell out of me. He just got like this fake spider. I got scared as hell for a second. I was trying so hard not to scream. Oh my God. You got me. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh, I see it right here.
This world.
Okay. All right, let me see if I could pull it up on here.
Yeah, I got you.
1 second. Yeah, you definitely got me for sure. Who I was so about to yell out so loud in y'all ear. This guy, such a prankster, man. All right, I'm gonna let this commercial play, and then I'm gonna play it. All right. Man, Tupac was so woke, man. Like that man was super woke, you know, and he was so young. I love me some Tupac. Love me some Tupac. All right, here we go. Let me share my screen here. Oh, you said 100% sounds better than what Trump is trying to do. Yeah, exactly, Natasha. That part, okay. Good stuff. Excellent job. Thank you, Angelica. I appreciate you so much. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Here we go. Make sure it's at the beginning. Okay, cool.
This world is such a and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. If you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump. Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like nobody ever stopped. Just, you know, I feel like instead of us just being like slavery's bad, slavery's there, bad whitey. I mean, all right, let's stop that. And everybody's smart enough to know that, I mean, we've been slighted and we want ours. And I don't mean by like ours, 40 acres in the mule, because we're past that. But we need help. I mean, for us to be on our own 2 feet, us meaning youth or us meaning black people, whatever you want to take it for us to be on our own 2 feet, we do need help because we have been here. We have been a good friend. If you want
to. Let me put my picture up here just in case, because it is MTV. Yeah, I didn't want them to ban my live. But all right, y'all, here we go.
make it a relationship type thing. We have been there, and now we deserve our payback. It's like you got a friend that you don't never look out for. You know, you dressed up in jewels. Now America's got jewels, and they paid and everything, and they lending money to everybody except us. And it's like, you know, everybody need a little help on their way to being, you know, self-reliant. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about the album, about the Special Olympics. Everybody need a little something and they to be independent. No independent person just grew up and was born independent. You worked and you learned teamwork and you learned cooperation and unity and struggle, and then you became independent. And we have to teach that and instill that. And why is it that they want to do that? I mean, if this is truly a melting pot in the country where we care about it, and Lady Liberty got a hand like this, she really loves us, then we really need to be like that. And it needs to be the black kids. If there's a white person who got money, then you need to help them. He need to help black kids, Mexican kids, Korean kids, whatever. But it needs to be real. And it need to be before we all die. And then you say, oh, I made a mistake. We should have gave them some money. We really should have helped these folks. It's going to be too late. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you got to pay your own karma. And that's when God make you punish. When God punishes you. Because I feel like, you know, it's too much money here. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic. That's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1 million, $1 billion, and then there's people starving. There's no way. There's no way that these people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants.
You say to people that say, well, they earned it. Now you go out and you're earning it.
If they earned it, then I think that's good. And I think that they deserve it. But even if you earned it, you still owe. Because look at me, I don't have that mega money, but I feel guilty walking by somebody. I got to give them some mail. And if I know I got $3,000 in my pocket, I feel like it's wrong to give that person a quarter or $1. It's wrong. Only you know what you got in your pocket. And that's wrong. No matter what they do, if they take it and drink it, they take it and drink it. But I mean, you got. You understand? And we all know how hard it is, and it's not about if you good or you bad. So since it's not about if you good or you bad, we know that because he don't mean he was bad. Or don't mean he's a criminal, or don't mean he's crazy, or a drug addict, or none of that. It just means he don't got. And ain't it bad that you got 30? I mean, can you imagine somebody having $32 million? $32 million. And this person has nothing, and you can sleep. You can still go to the movies and then these are the type of people that get humanitarian awards. Millionaires. How can they be humanitarians? By the fact that they millionaires and there's so many poor people shows how unhumane they are. You know what I'm saying? And that bugs me. Not saying that when I'm never going to be rich, and you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's a struggle, and I think everybody deserves. And I think there's a way to pay these people. I think there is a way. It just takes to be revolutionary, and it takes to do something out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that if we just said, okay, I got an idea. No more porno buildings. You know what I'm saying? Let's build houses. Or no more polo games. Let's build houses for poor people. You know what I'm saying? Or look, okay, I know you're rich. I know you got $40 billion, but can you just keep it to one house? You only need one house. And if you only got 2 kids, can you just keep it to 2 rooms? I mean, why have 52 rooms and you know there's somebody with no room? It just don't make sense to me. It don't. And then these people celebrate Christmas. They got big trees, huge trees, all the little trimmings. Everybody got gifts, and then somebody's starving. And they're having a white Christmas. They're having a great Christmas, eggnog and the whole 9. That's not fair to me.
Yes, I love it. He spoke straight facts, okay? I totally feel him for sure. You know, and it kind of ties to what Trump is trying to do. Like, literally, he's trying to help the rich instead of the poor. Like, literally, he is. And you don't believe me? Go read it. Y'all go read that Project 2025. They're not trying to help the poor, middle class whatsoever. You know, and that's crazy to me. Like, why would you help people that are already like rich? You know what I mean? Help the people that's trying to get on their feet, trying to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, insane, man. Insane. And it's crazy how I swear, like, when it comes to Tupac, everything he says, all his music is so timeless. Like it's still relevant to today. Like it's just crazy, man. I'm a diehard fan, Pac fan. I'm young, but I'm aware. Yeah, me too. I love me some Tupac. Yes, he was too powerful. That's why they tried to get rid of him. You know what I mean? He was way ahead of his time. You know? Yeah, man, he was speaking facts, and instead of helping, they are taking. Man, he's speaking straight facts. Yeah, that part, Natasha didn't tell not one lie. Okay, absolutely, yeah, yeah, and that's exactly why I shared the video, because history repeats. Yeah, Black Orchid, exactly. I definitely agree with him. It's sick. Nobody purchased this earth, but for some reason we got to pay to be here. Right. Too much of a power trip and greed mixed with pure evilness. Yeah, nature. Exactly. I just don't understand it, and I think it is important to vote. I mean, I wasn't going to vote, but now that, we done looked into this little project and everything, like I'm definitely going to vote. I don't know who yet. I am considering the Jasmine girl. She seems pretty reasonable. She seems like she wants to help people, the people that are, struggling. She wants to give people free healthcare, universal healthcare. She wants people to have free housing. She wants to give land back to the indigenous people. I love that. Because let's be real, like they stole our land, okay? I mean, I know I have Indian roots in me, so that's why I said our, but yeah, they did, sure did. So I think that is a great idea. You know what I mean? I wasn't either, but we have to vote, sis. Have to. Yes, got to. Yes. I want to encourage everybody to vote, okay? Because if you don't, then we run the risk of that orange man being in the office. Unfortunately, he does have a lot of supporters. He does. All right. And I fear that, if he is elected, which I really hope not, to be honest, this country's going to go to shit, straight up with this little project they got going on. Yeah, nah. And as a black woman, I want my kids to be taught about their history, what we went through in the past. I don't want that to be banned. Like I do not. And especially banning the Department of Education. What type of buffoonery is that? Like that's crazy. I said some stuff, but I think it's deleted. But to be honest, we need a woman running things. Yeah. You know what? To be honest, I wouldn't mind it. I would not mind it. And I love how she's trying to help people, unlike Trump. All he's trying to do is help the rich folk. Like, make that make sense. Like, for real though, yes, part Cherokee. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a lot of Choctaw Indian in me. So yeah, I'm part of the Choctaw tribe. My grandma showed me all kinds of pictures of my like my ancestors and stuff like that. I guess it's cool. Our land is right. Yeah, our land. Yeah. So I love that she's trying to give back to the, indigenous people. That's great. That's amazing. Like, I love that. A tax break for the rich is Trump's plan. Yeah, exactly, Angela. Ain't that crazy? I just don't get it, man. And then he's trying to get rid of Medicare for the old folk, the older people, the elders. Like that's insane. I don't like it. I wasn't going to because Nevada was suspect the last election. Oh yeah. Yeah, they were. Sure was. Yeah, all eyes on me. Yeah. Man, that man was so smart. Like, bruh, Tupac was just overly intelligent, Yes, Black people are not only from Africa. Some of us been here already. Yeah, exactly, Black Orchid. Yeah, that part. I never heard of her. I don't know if that will work because she's not on the ballot in all 50 states, but it's good to hear you changed your mind on voting. Yeah. I think she said it was just Alaska and some other state that's not on the ballot, but she's on the ballot in 48 states. So, you know, I mean, that would be great, you know, if she was to be, I mean, I would feel more safer, you know, just by the things that she's saying, the policy she's trying to, you know, use. Like, it's just, it makes more sense. And it, you know, I'm always for the people, you know what I mean? Like, I always want, I just want this world to be a better place, a peaceful place as possible. You know what I mean? We are the real indigenous people of the land, but that's a whole other story. Yeah, exactly, Black Orchid. Yeah, you know, it's definitely more than a president that needs to be voted in out. Those people are out of touch with the people. Certain things don't need and wasn't intended to have a price on it. Yeah, that part, nature. Facts. Exactly. It's way deeper than the president for sure. You know, we're not supposed to be paying. They just took over our land and made us pay all these bills and all kind of stuff. Like, we're supposed to be in nature somewhere eating berries and, you know, butt naked, running in the forest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but yeah. Yeah. But all right, y'all. I just wanted to go through those things real quick. Thank you so much for pulling up, y'all. I wasn't expecting too many people. You know, a lot of people don't really come unless I be talking about the staircase for real. But I appreciate everybody that did come through. Thank you so much. I hope y'all enjoy both lives. My other live is still up. It's just it gets cut off at a certain point. So yeah, I didn't know that there was any, you know, copyright stuff going on. But moving forward, I'm definitely going to start putting my picture up with certain things because, man, I ain't trying to get striked or nothing yet. I just got monetized. Okay. But all right, y'all. We will be back tomorrow, okay, with some tea. All right, we'll get into some more things. Also, y'all, before I go and forget, because I did forget to say this in the beginning of the live, I did post a poll on my community wall regarding our movie night on Thursday. Okay, so y'all, if y'all haven't voted, go ahead and vote for like which movie I want to watch on Thursday. Okay, we're gonna do it Thursday night, and it's gonna be a vibe. And while I'm at it, let me go ahead and put the Discord link in the chat, y'all. Give me 1 second here so y'all could pull up. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm excited, y'all. Very, very excited. Oops, what did I just click? Oh, there we go. Okay, boom. Oh, wait, no, that's not the one. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. Let me get the link here. Bada boom, bada bam, ba bam. All right. Now I'm going to post it in the chat. Okay. All right, y'all. So go ahead and vote for which movie I want to watch first. All right. Let me know. Let me know. And yeah, so I'm gonna end the live here, y'all. Again, thank you so much for coming through, y'all. Go ahead and join the Discord. Don't be shy. All right. Yes, we will be having movie nights every Thursday night. All right. And we will be back tomorrow, y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's Tuesday. Great content. Ganjane, thank you. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you, you guys. I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, shout out to my love buds. Hey, Quay. Hey, good to see you. We got to get this in the algorithm. Yes, y'all, hit that like, okay? Hit the like, all right? And let's see. I'll be messaging you. I don't think you get my notifications. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm still, if you're talking about Discord, I got to still learn how to maneuver on this thing. Like, I be confused sometimes, but I'll work on it tonight, okay? But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming through. Yes, I can't wait for Thursday night. Yes, me neither. Yes, it's gonna be a vibe, y'all. Yes. All right. But all right, y'all. Yes, please again hit that like. Okay. We definitely need to get this in the algorithm. All right. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.